And when I was 16, I went and did work experience in a modelling agency. And at the end, they took photos of me and they were going to see if they're going to put me on their books. And they said, Thea, thanks so much, but you're afraid you're not the right look for us. Don't take it the wrong way, you're very pretty, but it's just not the look we're going for. But all I could hear in that time was, you're not good enough. And for about 8 years, I spent time trying to lose weight because I thought, then I will be skinny enough, then I'll be good enough, and then I can be a model and my identity will be fulfilled. So that was a total waste of time and such a robbery, and led me into this cycle of eating disorders. Of kind of restricting food. For ages I was trying to restrict food, to be skinnier, 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 skinnier. You can only do that for so long before you then swing the other way, and I was binge eating in secret, alone, so much shame, as I'd be in the fridge, just eating till I felt sick and carried on eating and couldn't stop. And doing all of that whilst being a Christian and knowing Jesus and crying out to Jesus in the middle, because I didn't want to do it, I would feel sick and I'd be, I'm never doing that again. And then I'd do it again and I'd be like, God, help, where are you? So that would be, these kind of became the cycles of my life. And then exercising, so I'd exercise for 3 hours a day, so kind of binge eat and then work it all off by just running everywhere, biking everywhere, just didn't stop. So I was spinning. But on the surface, you wouldn't necessarily know it. I was Thea, life and soul of the party, confident, pretty, fun. This is who I thought I was, and this is who I thought I needed to be loved. So I was working so hard to keep up the facades that I thought made me valuable. Whereas inside, oh my gosh, there was increasing shame, despair, because I couldn't change, self-hatred. I felt so disgusting. And hopelessness as well. So like, how do I get out of this cycle? And I prayed, but it wasn't necessarily changing. So then it was God, I don't know how to come to you with this, because I'm coming to you and then mucking up again and again and again. Like, surely you're now bored of me. Surely I've pushed the grace limit too many times now that it's over. And that's the most painful one as well, is that feeling that God's giving up on you. So that was going on. Finally, I reached a rock bottom for that when I was trying to start a business, trying to paint things, and I had to make a decision between painting a box red or blue, and it so paralysed me that I was then in the fridge for the next half an hour, and the rest of the day was a wipeout because I felt sick. And I thought, flip, enough is enough. Like, this is totally robbing. Before, addictions start manageable. It starts with being maybe mildly fun, and then it becomes fun with some consequences, and then it becomes just consequences. And it got to that point for me that this became addiction that was just the consequence. It was a robbery, no longer giving me life or escapism, really. And so I spoke to my parents, said, I'm a mess. And they were really sweet, and they're working in the whole realm of sort of counselling and therapy. So they were pretty quick to point me in the right directions, and I was in therapy and the 12-step program. And begun to, rebuild. And the beautiful thing in this time was I was also rebuilding who I understood God to be. Because as I said,